everybody, it's Jennifer McCreath. Thursday, June 23rd in the evening. Wimbledon qualifying is now done. I never did get around to doing a WTA qualifying prediction video. We had so much going on dealing with some other stuff there. FINA, you may have seen that video. If not, go take a look. But we're going to take a look at our ATP qualifying picks. Of course, you got 128 men competing for 16 spots, which means, in theory, your probability of making predictions is 12.5%. So if you were to conceivably pick names out of a hat, you would get only two out of the 16 qualifiers. So I, of course, like to think I'm a talented sports prognosticator, so I made my picks. And I got 4 out of 16. Which is pretty good, I guess. Let's talk about the people I picked who did qualify and give them a little bit of hype. Jack Sock, former top 10 player. A bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in Rio. I remember that well because Jack and his partner, I believe it was Steve Johnson, beat the Canadians for the bronze. But Mr. Sock, of course, had a nice lead up getting to the Wimbledon qualies. He played a couple challengers and had a couple deep runs there. He defeated Andrea and Constance Listien in straight sets. And then, of course, the third round, it's best 3 out of 5. Also straight sets against Hugo Grenier. So Jack Sock has played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets this week in Wimbledon qualifying and won them all. So he is, I'm officially considering him a dangerous floater wherever he ends up in the draw. Look out. I also picked a sleeper pick, Max Purcell, 30th seed, to come out of his section, because the other seed is a clay courter. And again, there's no gimmies in this world. Purcell, good doubles player, good grass court player. Straight sets over Giggs Brouwer, straight sets over Gasteo Elias, veteran. Needed 4 sets to get by that seeded clay court specialist, one Nuno Borges, who I picked as an underdog to qualify for the French Open. So nice to see Nuno doing well. I'm not sure how the lucky loser scenario works out, but maybe he'll get himself into the draw after all. Who else? I had Marc-Andrea Hussler as the 6th seed. He got the job done against a tough bracket. Zhuk and Jung in straight sets. No, wait a minute. Zhuk and Martin straight sets. Jung in 5 sets. A lot of 5-set matches today. So, Thursday? Yeah, because they get the day off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, if you have to go through qualies, it's not bad to go through qualies as long as you win your 3 matches, because you're going to play, well, the men Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Women Tuesday, I'm lost. Did they play 3 days in a row? I think they did. Bottom line, you get some couple days to rest, and you're already in London. Kubler, number 2 seed. I picked him. He had 3 sets to get by Sem Ilkil of Turkey, and Thiago Tirante. A valiant effort, but 7-5 in the 5th. Down he goes. And then here's a shocker. He destroyed Elias Emer, the other seed, 3, 2, and 4. Those are my 4. Who else did I pick? Oh, Bernabe Zapata Morales, the 1 seed. I didn't think he had a chance, but he did. He proved us all wrong. Bambry destroyed 2 sets. Antoine Hoang. Sal Caruso, I figured might be in that 3rd round, but he couldn't get the job done. So congrats, Bernabe, you're in. 23rd seed, Denny Novak. I had Dominic Stricker in that section of the draw, and He won his first round match but lost to Stefan Kozlov, who eventually would go to Novak. 4th seed, I did not pick Zdeno Kolar. I believe I picked Stefano Travaglia, the 18th seed, but neither of them came through. It was Andrea Vavasori surviving to get into the Wimbledon draw. 5th seed, Juan Pablo Varillas. I knew he'd be in trouble in the first round. Max Marterer, but I went with Fabiano for the experience, and he went out the first round too. Shame on me, bad pick. Marterer, should have known. 3 matches, 3 wins. Good for you, Max Marterer, into another major. Another top seed that I didn't pick, Radu Albot, number 7th seed. Marcora out, Moy, and 4 sets to get by Offner. My pick, Ramkumar Ramanathan, crashed out in the first round to Vit Kopriva. I don't know, Ramanathan. I haven't had a chance to watch much of your game. It's a lot harder to find Challenger footage since they left the live stream site. But I believe Ramanathan is 0-3 on grass now this year. And that's a surprise because he's an amazing servant volleyer. And we'll keep an eye on him. He usually plays Newport Beach, so maybe we'll see him there after Wimbledon. Seppi was my next big pick, and he got into the final round, but he lost in 4 sets, 3 of which were tie breaks to Lucas Klein. So good for you. Seppi may be in line for a lucky loser spot. Who did I pick here? Did I pick Charles Broom? Wildcard? Bad idea. Don't pick wildcards in qualifying because they're usually ranked 3 million. He did have a couple wins though. Enzo Kaukud coming out of that section, unseeded. Pea Kashin was a seed. Emilio Gomez, I remember I wasn't too confident in them. And here's one I should have known better. I believe my words were that Kukushkin probably should be the favorite. I should have just left it at that because he won. But I picked Barrere. And Barrere lost to Kohlschreiber, who I ragged on for tanking in the French Open qualies. Kohlschreiber over Barrere, 2-2. But Kukushkin took care of everyone. He's in. Congratulations. He's a veteran on the tour. Yuri Rodionov, I had in the next section. He didn't make it either. Lucas Russell coming through that section. Gilles Simon crashed out first round. His last Wimbledon. Wow. Duke Ajdukovic, a good player, beat him. And it was the Swiss, Alex Richard, coming through that section. Nicola Kuhn. Who did I pick there? Cedric Marshall-Stebby. Talked about his injury problems. He did win a round, but he lost second round to Kuhn, who would then go on to win the third round. Jeff Blancano out first round, as I kind of figured. Vasek Pospisil, another one of my picks, went down first round. Dalibor Sversina. Here's an interesting story. Christian Harrison coming back from the Harrisons. Brian Harrison and Christian Harrison, I believe, are brothers, and they've both had injury problems. And I think there's now a third Harrison, a Catherine Harrison. And I believe, if I'm correct, Catherine Harrison and Christian Harrison have both qualified for Wimbledon. Well, I didn't make picks in the WTA, but we're going to run down the list just to see who got in. And I'll try to be as honest as possible. Zoe Hives, a forfeit win in the third round. Supposed to play Patricia Hahn. Probably would not have had either of them there. Volinets was the 1 seed. Friedsam, a tough first round opponent. And it was between them. I was thinking whoever wins that match is going to win this section of the draw. Doesn't matter because neither of them got the job done. Second section, number 2 seed is a former top 10 player, Coco Vandeweghe. I would have picked her. She's had a couple nice warm-up tournaments. all the way into the third round today, but she lost to the young Pole who's really come on strong the past couple of weeks, Maya Chwalinska. I got to watch some of that live during my lunch hour today. My goodness, very impressive player. Van de Wey's hitting the ball really good though, and if I believe they were trying to figure out, the commentators, how the lucky losing, is it based on seeding and qualies or is it based on your ranking? I believe Van de Wey is, if there are any lucky loser opportunities, she'll probably get to play, so stay in town just in case. Miriam Bjorklin has played a lot of tennis lately. She's in the 3-seeded player. She had a Rani first round, but this is grass. This is not the clay where Rani made the finals of the French. Bjorklin won. I can't say for sure I would have picked her or not, but nice work there, Miriam. Now we have an interesting one here. Buxa was the 4-seed, Shunk the 21. Not a lot of big names in the middle, and it was Shunk coming through there. Number 5, Maddie Inglis may have been my pick. She survived, and I believe she put Maddie Manella into retirement. I believe this is Manella's last tournament. Natalia Stevanovic into the 3rd round, so good for her. Katerina Kawa would have been a pick, the seed and the 6th seed. Over a 26 seed, Leolia Jean-Jean, who's come out of nowhere to win a lot of tennis matches. Into the 3rd round, but went down to Kawa. Here's there's an airplane out there now, oh my goodness. Not this is Wimbledon, it's not the US Open, is it? Timea Babos is finally back playing tennis. I don't know where she's been the past couple of years. Into Wimbledon qualifying, wins 2 rounds, and just fell short to a girl from Mexico, Contreras Gomez. Steiger, the big seed out, probably would have been my pick. Luisa Chirico, an American, another one on the comeback trail. 3 wins. A surprise there to get through. The seeds there didn't get the job done. Hontama from Japan, 9th seed, won her section over Lulu Sun in the 3rd round. Lisette Cabrera, Stefani Wagner, Astrid Sharma, 10th seed, won her section. Juger, Jimenez Casanseva. The seeds are winning for the most part. Robin Anderson lost though. I thought she might be a good pick. Yana Fett came through. Miriam Volkvadze didn't get the job done. Jamie Forley, they've been talking about her for a long time. She's on that bubble from where you stop becoming a hot young prospect and then they start labeling you a bust. But we're going to give you one more chance, Forley. 3 wins. You're in Wimbledon here. And she beat Natalia Podoroska on the way. Jessica Panchet, some good players. Comeback trail from injury, Janina Wickmeyer. I don't think she's played a match in 3 years until last month. Played a couple of grass ITF events. And now she shows up and she beats the seed, Julia Graber. Beats Shinkova 11-3. And beats another seed, 1-4. Vic Meyer, a very good, experienced grass court veteran tennis player. If she's healthy, look out. I don't care what her ranking is. This girl can beat anyone. An unseeded person that I would have picked is Christina McHale in the next section of the draw. Despite Victoria Kuzmova being in that section. And McHale wouldn't have let me down. She got by Laura Parr of Romania, Kuzmova of Slovakia, and another seed, Kirkovi from Netherlands. Christina McHale. She's got potential, and if she just can stay healthy, she's got a good game, she could be a bit of a threat. And here's this Kathy Harrison. unseeded, went through. My pick would have been Bonaventure, and she took her apart. And Won Yu, the other seed. So she beat 2 seeded players, and she's into Wimbledon. There you go. Fiona Ferro, 16th seed, fell in the 3rd round to Emma Betkas of the U.S. Adrian Hartono, a seed, fell there. Wow. Did I mention any of the men as being dangerous floaters? I think Sock. I mean, how many qualifiers have won Wimbledon? It's got to be one, isn't there? Maybe not. We know Goran Ivanisevic got in and won it as a wild card, but that was kind of an asterisk because he's not really wild card material. He was already a former finalist there a couple times. Can any of these guys do damage? No, they might win. I mean, Sock, depending on his draw. If Sock is former top 10, this guy could, if he lucks into a section of the draw that has a bunch of clay court seeds, and he doesn't have to play, if he can demolish his first couple of round opponents in quick fashion, take out some clay quarters in the 3rd and 4th round, I could potentially see Sock getting deep into this tournament and making some noise. Does he have what it takes to beat the top 5 grass court players in the world, though? I'm thinking it would be a surprise. Kugler might win a few matches. And again, this 3 out of 5 just changes everything, because a lot of these lower ranked players don't play 3 out of 5 very often. When you're in the challengers and the 250s, you don't play 3 out of 5. So if you're a veteran who's been around a long, like Max Martyrer, there's a guy, he's played in enough Grand Slams, and he knows what it's like to go out there and play a 4 or 5 hour match. And he could very well be somebody that causes some problems for someone. The ladies don't play 3 out of 5. It's 2 out of 3. I said Mikhail, Wickmeyer, For Lee, Sharma, Fett. I mean, they can all win a couple matches. Inglis. I really don't see anyone here threatening to go deep. If Vandeweghe gets in, is a lucky loser and has the magic touch, and again, if she lucks into a draw, then I wouldn't count her out. She was hitting the ball really well. A little bit inconsistent. There's definitely some rust there, but the draw's coming out, the main draw tomorrow, so we're going to take a look and digest it for a day or two, and then we'll boldly turn the camera back on and make some picks. Meanwhile, I should probably give a shout out to Hurlingham, wherever they are. Exhibition matches. Some of these players want to play the week before Wimbledon, but they don't want to commit themselves to a tournament where you might be stuck playing 5, 6, 7, 8 matches and get worn out. On Jabeur, you're playing too much tennis, honey. I don't want you to wear yourself out. But look at this, Rafael Nadal. He didn't play. He hasn't played any grass court tournaments yet this year, but he's out in Hurlingham playing 2 matches against top opponents, Stan Wawrinka and Felix Auger-Aliassime. Djokovic played Felix as well. Who else is there? Tiafoe played Alcaraz. Ruud is out there playing. Stan Wawrinka has won 3 out of the 4 majors, and there's one that he has not won yet. And if there was ever an opportunity to win Wimbledon for Stan Wawrinka, this might be your chance, because as we know, the Russians are not here, the Belarusians are not here, there are no points, so some players might not play because there's no points. Federer is not here. Nadal has an injured foot, we're not really sure. The other top players in the world are all clay courters that have not had the experience on grass. Zverev's hurt. Tsitsipas is playing well, but we haven't seen the results on the grass. Ruud made the French Open finals, then made a joke that grass was for golfers. He's played a couple of grass court matches, but he just lost to Zizou Bergs, so he's not a threat. So you know what? Stan Wawrinka, again, if he can stay healthy, have a couple easy matches, luck into a draw. It would not surprise me at all to see this guy make a deep run. But we won't make any official predictions till we see the actual draw, because we want to know who's in and who's out, and who plays who in the first and second rounds. And we'll make some predictions from there. We've got time for a quick review of the Eastbournes. There's some amazing stories developing here in the grass court warm-ups. And again, casual tennis fans only usually pay attention to the big ones. The majors, maybe the year-end championship, maybe some of the thousands. I mean, in Canada, everyone watches the Rogers Cup, or whatever the hell it's called now. But again, the grass court season does not have any thousands. We've got a couple 500s, Halle and Queens. And the ladies have Berlin and Eastbourne. Eastbourne is this week. I think it's a week too late, because people are withdrawing because they don't want to have too many matches. They want a few days off before Wimbledon. But let's take a look at Beatrice Haddad-Maia. She has won two 250s in a row. Is that correct? Birmingham and was it Den Bosch? I can't even remember. She's on a winning streak. 6 matches plus 6 matches. Now she's won, and she got a bye in this. 1, 2. She got a walkover. Swiatek has a winning streak, but so does Beatrice Haddad-Maia. We're going to see how good she is, though, because she's going to play Kvitova tomorrow. Harriet Dart. There's a name that deserves some credit. Local Brit, playing in as many tournaments as she can and winning more matches than she's losing. Hope she doesn't get herself too tired out. But she might be the highest ranked Brit. Capable of doing some damage there. Ostapenko. Nice work. Tomljanovic, Keys, Kalinina by the wayside. Georgi took out Tomova and Muguruza and Manarino. Jabeur pulled out of the singles, but she's playing doubles with Serena Williams, so that's going to be fun to look at some of that. Serena will be at Wimbledon playing singles, and the doubles with Jabeur is a great way to get warmed up. The fans love it, and we're going to also look quickly at Bad Homburg, wherever the heck that is. Here, well, it's in Germany. Of course, the Russians are also banned from Eastbourne, but they let them keep their points because the Russians are allowed to go to Bad Homburg. And they are there, and they are playing, some of them well. Daria Kasatkina into the quarterfinals with 3 nice wins. Already, though, losing to Bianca Andreescu, the Canadian, into the semis. Andreescu with a nice run. Trevisan, Swan, Kasatkina. Under the radar, Simona Halep is winning a lot of matches too. Semi-finals last week in Birmingham. And now in Hamburg, she beat Siniakova, Zidansek, and Anisimova into the semis again. Halep might win Wimbledon. She's done it before. Shh. Love in 3 over Zidansek, 2-1 over Anisimova. And she's got Andreescu tomorrow. I really hope I could find that match somewhere. Caroline Garcia and Elise Cornet. Okay, wow. Nice runs. Cornet over Kalinskaya. Tatiana Maria and Angelique Kerber. Garcia beat Sasnovich, Rakimova, and Lisicki. Sabine Lisicki's back playing after 10 years of being injured. Former Wimbledon finalist. Oh boy, men, quickly. 250, Mallorca. Medvedev played all 3 weeks in the warm-up, and he's #1 player in the world in the computer, and it's a shame that he's not going to be allowed to go to Wimbledon and play. I've already done a video on that, haven't I? Yeah. Thanks not Andrei Medvedev. Thanks Daniel Medvedev for taking the grass court season seriously, not pulling a Casper Ruud. You showed up, you played 3 tournaments, you won some matches in each one. You had a classic with Karatsev there, and Batista Ogu got the better of him to today in the quarters. Ogu had a second round bye because Kyrgios played a very tough first round match and won it over Dejeri, but I guess he felt he couldn't play on. Busta playing in 3 weeks. Good for you, Busta. He lost though. Qualifier Bellier into the semis. Grigspor looking good on there, on the grass. Feliciano Lopez still kicking. He's in his 40s. Dan Altmaier, good grass court player. Ben Bonzi has had a really good year. Tabilo, Shapovalov, and Altmaier out. Bonzi into a semi. Tsitsipas has got a first round bye. They demolished Ivashka and struggled to beat Giron. Ogu versus Bellier, Bonzi, Tsitsipas. One of those four will win Mallorca and get 250 points out of it. Where's Eastbourne now? ATP Eastbourne. Ooh, tons of upsets. Defending champ apparently is Alex de Minaur, who's the 6th seed. And he has defeated Garin, Sonigo, and Paul, and he's into the semis against the 3 seed, Taylor Fritz, who beat Tago Monteiro and Alex Bublik. So that'll be a good match. This young Draper kid from England beat Brooksby, Schwartzman, Peniston. Peniston's another. These young Brits, there's hope, folks. Murray may be over the hill, but you've got a lot of good, young, talented players, and it wouldn't surprise me to see some Brits start winning Wimbledon again. Cam Norrie, good player, hasn't played much lately. Cressy, the giant killer this week. Opelka, Evans, and Norrie. So Cressy, Draper, Fritz, de Minaur for Eastbourne. And we won't even look at the clay court challengers, but there are a couple of 80 level tournaments going on in there. Anybody? The highlight, this one is actually worth talking about. We got 2 brothers that had to play each other in the second round in Buenos Aires yesterday. Let's see if I can get these names right. Connor against Arklon. The last name is Huertas del Pino. And they're doubles partners as well as brothers. And they had to play each other in the second round of a challenger. It went 3 sets. So it's always fun when brothers play, especially brothers you've never heard of. But good for them. And keep working hard, everyone. Any big names in these? This is just a 50. I think every challenger should be at least worth 80 points. Like, come on. Baena, he might be ranked high enough to play Wimbledon, but he's playing clay court challengers instead the week before. Interesting strategy. Benoit Paire playing Milan on the clay. 7-6 first set and then quit the match against Alexei Vatutin. I haven't seen the match, but people are claiming that Paire was tanking, which is unfortunate. Canadian turned Pole Philippe Pellois is back on the tour. Not winning too many matches. I'm going to have to do some digging to find out what the story is there. Why did he change his nationality? And Alex Galarneau, Canadian in the Challengers, he's still kicking, but can't seem to break in the top 200. So there's your tennis update. Tomorrow is going to be the Wimbledon main draw, so we'll take a look at that, and we'll be back on with some predictions for you. And enjoy the tennis, everyone.